Alliant Biotech is proud to present an instructional overview of the operation, safe use, and maintenance of the MediSurge UniqueResc R130 warming system. This system is used for active warming and for the prevention and treatment of hypothermia. The UniqueResc R130 is a Class II FDA-reviewed and accepted medical device featuring state-of-the-art internal conductive heating panels. Its embedded, credit push-button digital control panel allows for precise temperature control, offering 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit for hypothermia prevention and 105 degrees Fahrenheit for hypothermia treatment. A lightweight lithium-ion battery provides up to 7 hours of continuous warming. The system is fully waterproof and includes waterproof connectors to ensure reliable performance in demanding environments. A 120-volt to 240-volt AC/DC power supply is a standard component with the warming system. The blankets can also operate directly from any 12-volt DC to 28-volt DC onboard power with an optional auxiliary DC power cable. The soft case is designed to carry one blanket, a lithium-ion 2590 battery, the battery cable, the AC to DC power supply, a printed instructional manual, and a quick start card. There's also room for the optional auxiliary DC power adapter cable. The soft case has been designed with compartments to hold each component and prevent any accidental damage during transport and storage. There are 3 separate compartments, one for the battery, another for the AC to DC power supply, and a third larger compartment for cables. After removing the components from the soft case, inspect them for any damage, such as exposed wires or breaches in the blanket cover. Observable damage to any of the components may render the system unsafe to use. The battery charge status can be determined by checking the charge status LCD displayed on the top of the battery. For battery power, connect the cylindrical blanket cable connector to the battery cable. Then, connect the rectangular battery connector to a charged battery. AC to DC power supply, connect the syndrome blanket cable connector to the AC to DC power supply connector. Then, connect the main wall AC power cable to the power supply. Lastly, plug the main wall AC power cable into a 110-volt AC wall outlet, or use an adapter to plug into a 220-volt AC wall outlet. When connected, an audible alarm tone test will be heard and several LEDs will illuminate. The system is automatically activated when connected to a suitable power source, so it does not require an on-off switch. Suitable power sources include the 2590 battery, optional AC to DC power supply, and optional vehicle auxiliary power cable, which plugs into any 12 to 28 volt DC air or ground vehicle of opportunity. The temperature controller is embedded into the side of the warming blanket facing away from the patient. Immediately after the power source of choice is connected, the green power light will illuminate steadily. In addition, the heating indicator light will begin to blink until the blanket reaches the selected temperature determined by the operator. The blanket controller allows the operator to easily select or switch between 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 105 degrees Fahrenheit by simply tapping the fingerprint symbol 3 times within 5 seconds. Typically, the 98.6 degree setting is used for hypothermia prevention, and the 105 degree setting is used for hypothermia treatment. If power is interrupted during treatment, ensure that the correct temperature is selected after restart. The blankets are designed to be operated within a temperature range of minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit to plus 104 degrees Fahrenheit. With the embedded controller facing up and away from the patient, place the UniqueResc over the center mass of the patient's torso. The blankets are constructed with high-efficiency insulation on the external side, preventing heat loss to the surrounding environment, while maximizing heat transference to the patient. The blankets are designed to cover the patient in a flat and open position. Improper orientation will prevent the patient from being warmed properly. Please avoid folding the blanket upon itself because it may over or underheat. The blanket will heat to the selected temperature within 2 to 5 minutes, depending upon ambient temperature. Whenever heat treatment is applied, the core body temperature of the patient should be monitored at regular intervals as determined by the medical staff. The blankets can be pre-warmed prior to application for ambient temperatures or severely hypothermic patients. Due to the high sensitivity of the sensors, the error LED may flash briefly for 2 to 3 seconds during the heating process. This is normal and not a system error. The controller constantly monitors the internal operating parameters of the system when connected to a power source. Should the controller malfunction, the error indicator light will illuminate steadily, an audible alarm will sound, and the blanket will automatically shut down. This safety feature prevents any possibility of exposing the patient to overheating or exposure of the system to improper electrical equipment. Should an error occur, disconnect the blanket from the power source and allow the blanket to cool for 5 minutes before attempting a restart. If the error light illuminates again in a steady manner, it is indicating that there is a permanent fault. The blanket is not field serviceable and must be returned to the manufacturer for repair. The battery's charge level can be obtained by looking at the charge level LCDs located on the top of the battery. The 2590 lithium-ion batteries require special chargers specific to the manufacturer of the battery. Regardless of the particular style of charger, they all feature the same basic components and setup procedure. If the battery needs to be charged, follow these simple steps. Attach the battery charger connection fixture to the top of the battery. Use the harness when the operating environment needs a more secure attachment. Next, plug the opposite end of the fixture cable into the socket located on the corresponding end of the charger module. Make sure that the plug and socket are properly oriented. Do not force the connection. Then plug the power cord connector into the corresponding end of the charger module. Make sure that the plug and socket are properly oriented. Lastly, insert the wall plug into a wall socket. The blanket and components can be cleaned and disinfected by wiping down with any water-soluble or alcohol-based commercial or consumer cleaner disinfectant. Do not use petrochemical solvents or non-water-soluble cleaners. Make sure that the black pop valve is closed before cleaning. Do not place the blanket in a washing machine or autoclave. Do not immerse the blanket to clean it. Ensure that the blanket and kit components are completely dry before repacking. When packing the soft case, place the battery in one of the small compartments located at the bottom of the case. Place the AC to DC power supply and main cable in the other small compartment. Place the battery cable, optional DC power cable, and optional 1010 Pelican case in the larger compartment. These compartments were designed to prevent the components from shifting and potentially causing damage to the controller. Before packing the blanket, it is extremely important to ensure that all excess air has been expressed from the blanket through the open pop valve. Always fold the blanket so the embedded control panel is facing inward for protection and away from any creases. Folding a crease too close to the control panel could cause damage to the internal connections. As you fold the blanket, you may notice additional air that needs to be expressed to compress the blanket. Carefully press the remaining air with each fold into the blanket is fully compressed and no air remains. Close the pop valve and place the blanket in the soft case over the internal compartments. This concludes the instructional overview. Should you have any questions or require additional information, please feel free to contact us. Thank you.